Namaste and good evening, everyone. Welcome to our continuing series, Evenings with Sraddhalu. Today, we will continue part 10 on this theme with our very special guest, Mark Oburn. Namaste.
Namaste.
And I welcome you. Namaste, Sraddhalu.
Namaste. Welcome,
Namaste.
Mark. And
Thank you so
welcome
much.
to everybody who has joined us. And this is a very special occasion for us that Mark has agreed to come specially for all those of you who have been so eager to study out-of-body experiences and to put into practice and experience for yourself. Mark is so passionate about this and his commitment is for humanity. So it's with great joy and gratitude that we welcome Mark Oburn on the channel today.
We are happy that Mark will share a lot of his experiences and he will answer to all of our questions. So you may freely post your questions directly today in the chat box, or you may send an email with your questions at our email ID integralstudies.in@gmail.com.
Okay.
And
There's a large scope of topics that we can cover. Those of you who have read Mark's book, it's quite outstanding in this field of out-of-body experience because it covers so many different things and in a seamless continuity. About out-of-body practices and experiences, we might have questions, and there are already quite a few questions, so we will follow the sequence of what we have already received. There's also the question, many people are concerned about dangers of this, how out-of-body experience can be helpful for the spiritual evolution. Mark also has remarkably very detailed past life recall, as well as recall of experiences on other planets in past lives, as well as interactions with beings from other planets, both in the physical domain as well as in the subtle domain. He also has extraordinary experiences of the subtle sight, the perception of the inner sight, as well as the aura and energy fields. So the scope is quite remarkable, and I believe he's the only person that I know of who covers all these fields with a depth of experience in each of them. So it's quite an extraordinary event for us to have this direct interaction. Most of you would know that earlier this year, in January, Mark was in Pondicherry and he did a conference on out-of-body experience. It was 6 hours. The videos for that have almost been finished in editing, and next week or the next we will be putting them online. But there he covered some of these things, very little though, because ideally next year we plan a 3-day program with him. We'll see how that works. But the scope of questions that we have already gathered are numerous. Also, I have put on the description here the link to Mark's official website. He has also, in addition, his own YouTube and Facebook and other channels, which you will see the links on his website. A link to his book, the English translation, and a link to an article by Robert L. of a year-long stay in an ET base in the Himalayas. Mark personally has met this person and wanted this text written by Robert, which was in French, wanted it to be disseminated. Mark arranged for it to be translated into English and was keen that everybody should be able to read. So we're putting that text also for those of you who are interested. But so now, Mark, welcome again.
Thank you so much, Sraddhalu.
And we'll start with the questions.
All right. So people are...
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
We still have some questions which Sraddhalu also answered last time, but maybe we will address them again with your new perspective and a new understanding.
Okay, let's start.
Are we ready to go to the questions?
Yes, please.
Or you would like to say?
No, go ahead, please. Take the questions.
So we have a few questions from Luke. I will read the first one. What is the practical difference between dreams, visions, projection of consciousness, OBE, exteriorization?
Okay, thank you for this question, because this is a very basic issue. First of all, what is a dream? It could be something which happened in your mental, which is not under your control. You can dream in your body. Without your body, you can dream as you are entering into your body, and you can dream as you are leaving your body. Dreaming does not mean you are out of your body. Absolutely not. You can be in 4 different situations. So when you travel out of your body, you are supposed to be fully aware. So if you are not fully aware, if you are dreaming, it's not an out-of-body experience, according to me. Okay, dream is not an out-of-body experience at all. Is it clear?
Yes, very good.
This is the first point. About vision and projection of consciousness, we have around us and inside the body what I call special matter. I call it epsilon matter, which is the energetic matter. You can project this energetic matter far away from your body, and you can literally have your all your senses exported far away. Your vision, your hearing, your even your touch. You can project it very far away, but you stay in your body. You stay in your body. It's only your ability to see, to touch, to hear, and to smell, maybe. It is far away from your body. You know, this is different from out of body. When you have this type of experience, you are not living normal. You are not normal in your body. In out of body experience, you are not in your body. But when you have vision, projection of consciousness, you are still in your body. This is a difference. This is completely different, but many people make a confusion between the 2 experiences. And many people think that they have experience, out-of-body experience, but they are only experience remote viewing, for example. Remote viewing is absolutely not an out-of-body experience, because you stay in your body, and you can be pretty much aware of your body, even if you are able to see far away over the mountains. Is it clear?
Very good. That's very clear.
So this is very different. What is the topics about the projection out of the body? You are not no more in your physical body. This is the first point. You are fully aware. This is the second point. No dream at all. Even what we call lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is not an out-of-body experience, because, you know, it's in French what we call an oxymoron. Lucid dreaming is not possible, because when you are dreaming, you are not lucid. So when you are out of your body, you must be fully aware. If you are dreaming, you are only a dreamer. Nothing more. So, but you can be connected, for example, to the divine. This is a different experience. This is a different question. For me, there is 4 possibilities. The normal activity of the physical body, as you can experiment at the moment. The out-of-body experience I was talking about. Projection of all the senses, or maybe only the vision, and connection to the divine or something else, which is a direct connection to the higher realities. For me, there is 4 different types of experiences. So there is a confusion, very commonly there is a confusion between remote viewing, for example, and out-of-body experiences. This is very classical. So people who are experiencing the out-of-body situation are fully aware, for example, of having a body of light. When you use remote viewing, if you try to watch your body, you don't see a body. You see nothing. You have because you have just a thread of energetic matter. because you are viewing by this spread of energetic matter from your physical body. You don't have a shape, not at all. This is the first point. Second point, I'm still talking about remote viewing and such things, remote perceptions. Second point is your level of consciousness is pretty more or less the same as you are in the physical body. Second point, what we call the silver cord. Here, you don't have in a remote viewing. You don't feel. You don't have this silver cord, not at all. Fourth point. If you want to change what we call the travel in another dimension, you can, in a very little possibility, you can change the vibration of the energetical matter, but you are not able to go over the physical worlds. In the astral body, in the body of light, you can go much more further than the physical realms. Okay, so there is many differences, but every topic is what we call a condition nécessaire et suffisante in French. It's sufficient to if you have a body of light, you know you're out of your body. If you have the silver cord here, you are out of your body. It's sufficient. You just to check it. One of these points is sufficient. Okay.
Necessary and sufficient conditions.
Necessary and sufficient conditions. Absolutely.
Yes. I want to point out to all our viewers that everything Mark is speaking of is coming from his own experiences. Nothing he speaks of is coming from reading. He may have read a few things here and there, but for him, no opinion is important, only the experience is important. So when he's speaking of the difference between these, it's because he has himself experienced those kinds of projections, and if he chooses to share with us some of those stories, that can also be quite fascinating.
Exactly. This is absolutely true. You are right to underline these points. I know both. I know remote vision and I know out-of-body travel. I know both. Those are pretty well, I would say. I know the real difference. When I have out of my body, I know I am out of my body. When I only remote vision or remote perception, I absolutely know that I'm still in my body, even if I'm not absolutely aware of my body. Because when you have 100% projection of your vision, for example, you don't see your physical body. You don't feel your physical body. You know, absolutely not. It's exactly if the physical body no longer exists. The physical body. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you have to have both experiences, the two types of experiences, to make the difference, to know where the exact out-of-body experience, what is the fourth one.
Yes, fascinating.
So there is no difference also in between? Is there any difference also in between projection of consciousness and remote viewing?
I don't see exactly what could be the difference, because except if you are connected to the divine. This is pretty much different, I think, because the most part of the type of experience are talking about not only consciousness, but, for example, seeing, be able to see far away from the physical body. So it is always connected by perception, something which could be seen or touched or smelled. This is always. So for me, to me, there is no difference. Projection of the consciousness, a projection of the perception is exactly the same thing if it is connected to the physical worlds. If this is, according to me, this is very much different. I don't know if Sraddhalu will be would reinforce my position, but if you are connected through this canal, this way, this is pretty much different. But you are not seeing physical things when you are connected to the divine. I don't think so. You are. This is absolutely different. You are like Anne says, you are embracing everything. It's much different.
Yes. Just to put a fine point on the remote viewing, there are two kinds which were described by the military remote viewers. one in which they were not really consciously seeing anything. They were going through a process and their hands would end up drawing a picture, and that was a remote view. And that was called CRV, controlled remote viewing. There was another thing they called extended remote viewing, where they would actually go into a state of semi-trance and there would be this projection of some kind. So if at all one could call the two both equally remote viewing, then there'll be those two types. But they are very different from, as the question has been Mark has pointed out. I think we'll go to the next question.
Second question from Luke. What is the process of decomposition of layers of bodies when a person dies?
Alors, well, this is a good question.
It was a longer question. I've edited slightly. He was asking whether different parts go to different levels, etc. So I'm assuming, Mark, that you have experienced and seen people.
Yeah, I have experience. I have experience, not so much, but I have experience. For example, we talked about it a few weeks ago, I think. I was visiting. Oh, there is something new. Okay, I was visiting. An old guy of my family was in the hospital, and the doctor said, "Okay, he will be back at home in 4 or 5 days." So when I saw this guy, I saw these energetic layers literally disappearing. So I told to the family, he's going to die in 3 days. And the doctor said, "No, you're wrong. He's perfectly alive." When you are about to die, the energetic field, the energetic body is melting. Something like that, like paper in the water. So when you see the energetic field, you can see if a guy, woman or a guy is going to die in the next few hours. It is very easy to see. It's like it's threading, disappearing, like paper in the water, as I said. So I don't know exactly at the. I think there is, because I have not watched so many people dying, it's not my job to watch people dying. So, but I am able to know that it normally it takes few hours, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 days, depend of the condition of the death. It is I imagine that it is very different if you die because of cancer, for example, very deep sick. If you are sick if you have been sick, for example, for 2 years before, because of cancer, or if you die because of a car accident, it is very different. What happens to you is very different, because if you, for example, if a car hurts you and you die, it never happens in India. I know it's not possible. But if you die because of a car accident, you are still very powerful, energetically speaking, very powerful. Donc you tend to stay few days, maybe a few weeks at the physical level, because you are very strong according to your physical body. But if you die because you are sick, you have been sick for 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, this energetic body is still very, very weak, and is almost dead. Also, when the physical body is dead, your energetic field is almost dead also. So it's disappearing very quickly, according to me. But well, one more time, I'm not an expert, because I'm not supposed to watch people dying, but I was able to few times to see when people are going to die, because of this energetic layer, which I call the first layer, disappearing, and the second also, like paper in the water. Yeah, it is very objective vision. Yes.
So you also, Luke's question also is about what happens after the death, when the subtle body is separated. Then also gradations are disappearing or thinning out.
There is 2 possibilities. First of all, you keep like very little part of your energetic body to prepare your next incarnation. very little, like I would say, in French, it's a grain. How do you say? A seed. Seed. A very little portion, like, it's not a portion exactly, it's a seed. You take like the DNA of your energetic body, and you keep it with you. So this is easier to come back in a physical body because you are already the basis. So this is the first possibility. Because of this load, you are not able to go very high in the non-physical worlds because you still have energetic matter with you. Second possibility is to get rid of everything, energetically speaking, everything. You just make a total download. Shop. Get rid of everything. So this is more difficult to come back. It takes, you have to, another time you have to, from scratch, you have to build another energetic body from nothing. But it is absolutely possible. It was what I did the last time. But one more time, it's easier to keep something to go back quickly and easily. Okay, there is two types of death, in fact. First type, I get rid of everything, energetically speaking. Second point, I keep to me the seed, energetic seed, to facilitate my new incarnation. Okay, I don't know if I am clear.
Yes, but does this choice depend on your state of evolution? When you're developed enough, you can make a choice, or
not necessary. Okay. It depends. In my view, I think it depends more on your personal schedule about your general incarnation. If you want to come back very quickly, you have to do that to keep energetic matter as much as possible. It's the reason why people who are coming back very quickly have, what we call birth marks, for example, because the energetic body is more or less the same, or has the same memory, so it can print literally in the new physical matter, physical body, the memory of the last experience. So you don't have such a thing if you get rid of everything. When you go back, you don't have this type of memory, energetic memory, able to print, to make marks literally on the new physical body.
So when you have seen people who have already died on the physical world and are in some intermediate state, do you also see there when they have kept some part, they have not kept some part, some layers are still disintegrating, or they're stuck in some intermediate levels of transition while it's happening? They're still living in a fantasy of their physical life.
Yes, many questions. Maybe can text. It's not only about the energetic matter. It's mainly about mental specification. If it depends, for example, if you are very attached to your memory, having been, for example, a father or a son, or a professor or a businessman. If you are this type of what I call it loads, the charge and attachment to. If you are linked to the physical world, but this type of attachments, it impedes you to go very far, very quickly and very far away. This is absolutely certain. And it is also the reason why people are staying, part of them, minority, are staying around, around their house, around their country, around their town, for sometimes 1 century, 2 centuries. Because when you are out of your body, you meet them. It's very easy. You want, for example, if you want to know where you are, for example, you have been flying and you go down and you don't know where exactly you are, don't know the name of the town, for example. Ask to these people. because they know everything about this town, because they have been here for years and for decades also. So this is the best people to know where you are. Okay, not us to the dreamers, people out of the body during the sleep of the body. Dreamers are not so much comfortable to speak with. So,
Okay.
but people who died decades ago, they are very nice to. If you want to get information for the town, they will fill your head with information, with details. So it depends mainly on your attachment. If for example, you have very strong attachments to the physical matter, it will prevent the energetic field, energetic body to disappear.
Yes.
You can stay with your energetic body. And keeps literally you are stuck to the physical world because you keep with you this energetic matter, and you are trying to avoid the disappearing of the physical matter. This is only mental, you know. It's the reason why people are also going to the lower levels.
Yes.
Because they are so attached to sometimes from, for example, bad feelings. But if you have very bad feelings, if you are an hater, for example, of many things or many people, I don't know if I am clear, you are not only...
When you hate people.
When you hate people, yes. When you hate people, when you are full of hungry, when you are full of aggressivity, when you are full, if you are a kind of soldier, for example, bad people, when you were bad people according to the result, you are not only staying at the physical level, you are going down. I've been there. I saw them from time to time, not every day, but people are not only staying here, they are going at the level, the darkness, because these levels are darker and darker.
So the level at which they lived, or at which they have left their body, or after their body where they live, that determines the grade on which they are now stuck.
Yes, the main reason is what you have in your mental activity. What is according to me, the karma is that you are just wearing on yourself the state of consciousness, and your state of consciousness directly drives you to your home. And maybe your home is in the light, and maybe your home is in the dark. It depends on you. It depends what is your state of mind. There is nothing else but the state of mind. If you have the state of mind because of you are attached to your, for example, your possession, your bank account, and so on, you will be stuck in the physical world.
Yes.
Because by your energetic field, your energetic body. Okay.
Yes. So we'll go to yes.
Next question.
We'll go to the next question. You can combine the next two.
Yes. So look, when somebody meets a deceased person by occult means, for example, vision, projection of consciousness, exteriorization, is it actually that they just met one of the person's subtle bodies in the very plane where the experience occurs, and not the true self of the person? For example, his or her soul or psychic being. And then the second question, when someone like Mark Oburn meets a being, even a god, by occult means, is this being actually just a subtle body living only in the corresponding plane? Or is it a being having subtle bodies in multiple planes?
Wow, it's a huge question. Okay. First of all, if you I don't know what is occult means. Occult means
what he means by out of body.
Okay, occult means hidden, and I'm not so much comfortable with this type of words, because there is nothing hidden. If you have the eyes to see, you see everything. If you use for example, remote viewing, if you use what we call medium activities, to be a channel, for example, you don't know exactly who is the guy over at the other end of the thread. You don't know, because you have many entities who are making fun with human guys and women. You don't know using by this means. This you don't know if you are really connected to people you knew before. For example, your father. You never know. You never know. But you can absolutely know if you are out of your body. This is absolutely different because if something in somebody or something is able to make a false shape, for example, I would say that to tromper,
To cheat.
To cheat with you. It is very easy to cheat on you if you use remote viewing, if you use what we call a medium in French.
Yes.
I think it's the same
But I
word
think his question is when you go out of the body, or if you have a projection of consciousness and you're meeting, are you meeting only of that level, or does the person have other gradations? Like a human being might have a physical, vital, and mental body, but you meet only the vital body in the vital world.
Yeah,
you meet
okay.
a god and you meet only their vital body, but not their higher.
Okay, right. You only at the physical level, you are not only able to meet people who use energetic matter to be visible. Most part of the encounters you have is at the higher level, and there's no physical body, no energetical body. It's easier to see them. So if you want to see them at the lower levels, they have to use this physical matter, which is energetic matter. So most part of the encounters are in the higher level, and they have astral bodies, for example, as we have. This is most part of my encounters, for 99%, has been with this situation. We have this body of light, and people who are meeting in these realms have body of light. It doesn't matter if they are gods on the so-called entities, higher quantity. We are all the same, more or less, even if people are very different from us. I don't know if I am clear. So when you go down, you can see people, even if we are really very low. You can only go very low if you get rid also of energetic matter, because the energetic matter is as a physical matter, at the physical level. I would say there is maybe 4, 5, 6 physical universes.
What Mark is calling energetic matter, I think, corresponds to what Sri Aurobindo refers to as subtle physical matter.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Sure. So when you meet, for example, a being which is like a god from a very high plane, then you're meeting them at that higher plane, or you're meeting the part of them which is in the vital world, in your body of light?
I'm trying to... the only time that I met this type, for example, angels or gods, I was on a high plane. It was very bright. The light was very bright. The color was wonderful. Everything was very powerful. And yes, for example, I talked to an angel for a long time. So it was everything was very bright, very real, very intense, very colored also. Even the sounds were very powerful, incredibly powerful. The sounds, everything. So this is my experience, but I don't meet a god or an angel each night.
Okay. Fair enough. I think that the question should be reasonably answered. We can go to the next one then. Before that, while we're on the topic, there are two questions from Chiara, who's asking, when you're out of the body, can you choose to meet a person who has left the physical world and go to wherever they are and have some meaningful interaction with them?
It's a good question. Yes, you can try. But first of all, you have to, the other people have to agree with this encounter. If it doesn't want to see you, you won't be able to reach this person, first of all. Second point, if you have to be able to go at the same level, if you are not able to go to the same level as this woman or this ex-woman or ex-man is at the current moment, you are simply not able to go at this level. So maybe you have to be able. Sometimes when people want to, they agreed on meeting themselves. This guy is going down, and you meet at the middle distance. Yes, this is not easy. This is not easy. If you travel out of the body, my advice is to give up all this type of goals. Don't think about it. It's not necessary. You don't have to meet your dad again, for example. And if you want to meet you, if you want to speak to you, it will be able. No, just let the thing do. You are not able. Don't do that. For example, you know Maria Sraddhalu. Yes. Maria, the first time she went out of her body, she tried to meet his father, but she was blocked by a spiritual entity immediately. Don't you? But because this is not the right occupation. When you got out of the body, don't do that. Don't try to contact people you knew on Earth, on the physical world. This is a very bad idea. Don't do that. I don't.
Sorry, I'm getting two very important points here. First, that there are actually other beings who would prevent this contact.
Yes.
Because it's not healthy. And second, that both need to be able to come to the same level to be able to have the contact, and both should agree in consciousness.
Absolutely. Maybe you want to see your ex-father, but maybe he's very busy. He don't have time for you. He's very busy because people are not aware of what I'm going to say. You are you love your father. You used to love your father, your mother, your sister, everybody. And it is so important to you, these people. But these people, you was only your father and your mother, and only their previous life. But during your life, as you are incarnated on Earth, you have absolutely forgotten all your million years friends. All of them. All of them. Maybe people you have since 500,000 years. You have get rid of everything, and you don't even think of them. And you only think about people you met on Earth during a little
immediate
lifetime. This is absolutely, but because these people you knew for millions of years are going to see you because they are your real friends for it. Maybe it's in the eternity.
That's true.
When you are a traveler, you are so surprised to see people imagining what they are supposed to do out of their body. This is stupid. Just let things do, and maybe your forever friends are going to see you and say, "Okay, hello, I'm your friend for since the eternity."
10,000 years. Okay. Yes, exactly. Our priorities shift because in our physical world, our memories are too limited, only of the present life. And absolutely. You may meet someone whom you have known for many, many lives. But the other question about being able to go to the level at which that person is. What makes you capable of rising to a higher level or not, or being not capable of rising?
It's always the same law. Your state of consciousness. It's absolutely the same law. It's always the same thing. If you are not able to go higher and higher, you will stay at the physical level, for example, or not so much higher.
And that will be determined by what you do in your physical life.
Absolutely. This is it could be called karma. What you have what you have done Because I'm pretty, in my opinion, what you are doing is more important than what you think, what you believe in. For example, maybe many people are believing it's a very strange things on earth. You know, very strong religion, very strong beliefs. But what you are doing is the real things which is taking into account with your higher consciousness. So your state on consciousness is mainly depending on what you have done before.
So if I understand this correctly, on Earth, if you have evolved to a high grade of consciousness, irrespective of your beliefs, even if you're in a box of religion, if you have reshifted to a higher grade, then out of the body you have access to that higher grade.
Yeah, it depends.
If you have not, then you're stuck with.
But for example, if you took this, we take this religion experience, religion beliefs, maybe it could prevent you from going higher because you are so believing in such things, because you are not able to go further. But most part of people after dying, what we call after leaving definitely their body, are going very quickly. Their memory is coming back very quickly. So I say, oh, I was believing that. I was a Christian, I was a Muslim, I was maybe, and the memory came most part of the time came very quickly. I say, I was dreaming. Oh, was it possible? I was dreaming. Okay, right. Okay, ciao. I go back home. It is very quickly for the most part of people, but for the most, I would say, the most stuck people in their beliefs, it could take time and suffer. They are suffering because reality. The reality appears to not be exactly the same as they were imagining, I was believing. Absolutely not. And it could be very disturbing to them.
Yes. Yes. So your beliefs can limit you when you're out of the body.
Oh yes. This this is the second thing that can be limit you. Say your state of consciousness and your beliefs.
Okay. I think we can go to the next question of Chiara about the silver cord. We'll skip the other ones in between. Yeah.
Where is the silver cord attached between physical and astral bodies? The location seems to vary quite a bit between different accounts, from the top of the head to the back of the head to the third eye to the chest to the abdomen, or even sometimes feet. Does the soul, astral self, live from different locations in the body depending on which dimension it is moving towards? Does it make a difference whether it is an astral journey, a near-death experience, or the final separation from the physical body?
Okay, I understand the question. One point is absolutely certain that when you are in your body of light, the silver cord is attached here, behind the head. It is absolutely always the case. 100% the case. Here. Okay. The problem is where is the silver cord attached in the physical body? I don't know exactly because I wasn't checking everything, but probably it's only it's not what I saw. Probably it's the same place here, even if the cord seems to be attached here, because probably she's going through the brain and is attached here, because more or less the same. We have the same system in the astral body and in the physical body. Donc probably it's attached here. But when you have just left your body, you can have remaining thread of energetic matter, because you are very close to the physical body, and sometimes you have few threads, but you. Okay, could be if you are only 1 or 2 meters away. Okay, you can be attached by your feet, by your I don't know, your stomach, and many things like that. When you go away at the distant minimum of 3 or 4 meters, the only things remaining things is the silver cord. So this is the reason why probably there is such a confusion between where it could be attached. According to me, this is here in the physical body and here in the astral body, it is absolutely sure. But there is this short distances with you have remaining threads of energetic matter, exactly as you were stuck in a bath of mud and you go, or mud or cheese, for example, and you go out, you have these threads, maybe of or honey, for example, but the only thing remaining is the silver cord after that. According to me, I'm not absolutely sure in the physical body is here, but absolutely sure that in the astral body is here. Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. So what I understand is the subtle body and the physical body, when they're joined, of course, it's joined everywhere.
Everywhere.
And when you separate, then as you described, they're gluey, sticky threads.
Yeah.
And they could be on many points.
Yeah.
And I suppose each would be corresponding to one of the chakras. And
Probably,
as you
yes.
separate increasingly, the only thing which remains is this link, which is back of the head, which is the astral, which is alone capable of going at great distances. But the other ones would not be able to normally go to great distance.
Absolutely.
And they would represent denser gradations below, from the head downwards.
Over 3 or 4 meters, there is only remaining only the silver cord.
Okay.
No more, only that.
Okay. And it's the same thing he's asking, whether it's the same thing during a near-death experience and the final separation of the body.
I think so, because yes, more or less the same thing. But if you are dying because of an illness, very bad illness as cancer, you don't have such a problem.
Okay,
No.
so this is an important point you made earlier, that if you die young because of an accident, and if you die as a result of a long illness, there's a difference in the vitality in your subtle body.
Yes. Yes, in your subtle body, what you call the subtle
astral
body?
Okay,
astral body of light, yes.
Yes.
Yes, it makes a difference because you are stuck in the physical world longer, much more
After
longer.
you separate, does it come back to its normal freshness and youth?
After the death?
Yes.
Yeah. At the end of the day, yes. After 3-4 days, I don't know exactly, but the problem is solved.
So the point is, as long as it's connected to the physical body, if the physical body degenerates, it also weakens the astral body.
Yeah.
And
no. Not the astral body, the energetic body.
Energetic body, okay.
The astral body is only, I would say, attacked by drugs, for example.
Okay. Okay, just for the vocabulary, can you explain the difference between energetic body and astral body?
Energetic body is more or less the same matter. It's a physical matter at a certain state.
Okay.
Many people can see the first layer, maybe the second layer is blue. The subtle body is the body you use to come back home, to go to your paradise. Okay. It's not physical matter at all. Second point, because I'm very much. I'd like to speak about specification, characteristic more than names, because if you name something, it's never indicates anything. Well, for example, then the physical body has what we call a mass. Okay, the energetic body has also a mass, very low, but it has a mass. The astral body don't have any mass at all. Nothing. You can go very quickly and stop immediately. There is no mass effect, what we call inertia. No inertia at all.
Yes. So just for a general understanding of people who are used to Sri Aurobindo's vocabulary, what he's describing as energetic body would be in the grade which is subtle physical and lower vital. And what you have described as the astral body of light will be the higher vital. And separate from that, you have also a mental body, and you can exteriorize in a mental body.
Yeah.
This you have never spoken of in your book. I've only heard you speak of it in passing. Can you describe the difference between an out of body in the body of light, which is the higher vital, and in the mental body?
Okay, but yes. It depends. It's a question of vocabulary.
Yes.
In my experience, in the body of light, in the higher level where the light is so bright, there is no vital at all.
Yes.
What's the vital? We don't want to eat, we don't want to drink, we don't want sex, we don't find where's the vital? We don't fight, we don't want to survive in any case because we are immortal and we know that. Then where's the vital? We don't have very low feelings. We don't have that. We don't strike. We don't make war. We don't do anything like that. So where is the vital there? There is no predator.
Mm-hmm.
There is no prey. So
Yes.
if you want to define something, I would like you to define the higher
Yes.
that dimension as the region where there is no more vital as we know in this physical world. No sex, no feeling, no anger, no hungry, no more that. But after that, you can be separated from your astral body and to take what we call the mental body. But I don't have so much experience about that. I only saw people in the higher travel I was able to do, people with no shape, what we call no shape, arupa. I saw people in arupa state, which were in fact is ball of light. They have no more shape for human shape or any shape you want, because there is not only human, as you know, in the creation. After that, you get rid of your shape if you want, and you get rid of your astral body, which is also an inferior vehicle. And you get rid and you get your mental. But I don't know so much about the steps after, because I only saw maximum the region where there was the border between the astral dimensions and the higher dimension. I went until that. No more.
Okay.
Sorry.
Very interesting. We'll go to the next question of Shanta, question number 1.
So in Mark's book, page 277, where he quotes, "I developed astral consciousness and the transmission of information to the physical body. Would you please explain transmission of information to the physical body? Purpose of doing that? How is he doing that?"
Okay.
And also go to the second question. We can combine the two. Her second question.
Okay. Would this process be helpful to himself in future?
No, after that, the question to page 311. Yeah.
311. Something had to be unlocked in the mind and integrated into the neurons of the physical body. Why neurons of the physical body? Why not the neurons of the brain? Does that mean his physical body will be intact or permanent on Earth?
Yeah, I understand. First of all, we answer the second question, because we don't have only neurons in the brain. We have neurons everywhere in the physical body. We, for example, around the Earth, we have many neurons. We have neurons in the belly also. You probably know that, Sraddhalu.
Yes.
So we are not only downloading memory in the brain. We are downloading memory everywhere. You have neurons. Maybe even if it is not neuron cells, probably we are able to bring this memory in all the cells of our physical body. All the cells. I'm talking about physical cells, biological cells. So many people are thinking that the memory is only in the brain. That's absolutely not true. This is false. And probably the current science already know that. Okay, so this is the first point. The second point is the following one. When you are traveling out of your body is absolutely not aware of what you are doing. It's not absolutely informed of anything, even if there is this link, the silver cord. He's absolutely not informed. He doesn't know a word of what you are doing. And you are also forgetting about him also. But so when you go back to your physical body, you have to inform this physical body. If you want to have the memory in your physical body, you have to download, because you are, for example, you are in your astral body, and you feel as your astral body is your real body. But when you come back to your physical body, it doesn't know a word about what you have done. It doesn't absolutely not know anything. So you have to transmit, to convey this information, this what you do maybe during 3 or 4 years, house for it. So what I tried to understand 25 years ago, what's the process? So I tried to divide my consciousness in 3 levels. First level, my consciousness was in the physical body. Second level, in my energetic body, and the third part was in my astral body, just to observe the process, to make the version. And what I saw, it was the following thing. We transmit, we download the memory to the energetic body, first of all. And after that, the energetic body is able to print, literally to print the memory into the neurons, all the physical body. This is a process with 2 steps. First steps, giving information to the energetic field. And second step, the energetic field is literally engraving the memories, the details in the physical body. This is a process I saw when I was 25 years ago. So if you go back too quickly, for example, to your physical body, mostly if you are a beginner or traveler, beginner traveler, if you go too quickly, maybe you can miss this tape, and maybe you could be very wrong about conveying the memory into the physical body. And it happens from time to time. If you are if you are a beginner in the astral traveling, you are fully aware of what you have done before, and when you come back to your physical body, if you don't be fully able to transmit to the physical body, you just forget everything, and you awake the physical body, and it doesn't remember anything because you just missed this tape. It is very important to go very slowly, and the first travel you have to consciously imprint the memory into the physical body, as much as possible, because, for example, if you have been able to see colors that doesn't exist in the physical world, it won't be able to record these colors, because you don't know anything about colors that doesn't exist in the physical world. But you have to do the best you can do, and after that, to trace the physical body to remember, you have to write as much as possible in a notebook. So this is a process. You have to be very, very, very consciously engraving this memory in the physical body, mostly at the very beginning of your process of to be a traveler. After that, it will be easier. But the first, I would say, 100 travels, you have to be very attentionate to your memory, physical memory, because just before entering your physical body, you can think that it's impossible to forget what I have been living. You think that. But believe me, you are able to forget when you are entering your physical body if you are not able to imprint this.
So what I understand is, when you return to the gross physical body, the dulling effect is so strong that even if you remembered just a moment ago, it can wipe it out fully.
It could be.
In the beginning, especially.
In the beginning.
And so from here, I'm drawing 2 very important observations. One, that even from your astral body to the physical body, the gap is too great. You have to go through an in-between, what you call energetic body, and then from energetic body to the physical body, because then the gaps are smaller and you can make a continuity.
This is a normal process.
Yes. But also what you're saying, when you've done this many, many times, you've as if built up a continuity that you can retain without needing to do this forcefully.
Continuity is a key word, as you know.
Yes.
We have to build continuity, and first of all, we have to build continuities between our different states of consciousness, as you do when you exercise. It is so much important, continuity. I called it last year, you saw it, I call it shuttle, because you have to make go and back to build this bridge linking the different states of consciousness. It is so much important because it is all the purpose of spiritual activity, to build bridges, to build canals, to build a continuity before different dimensions, before different level of consciousness, different levels of consciousness. It is basic spirituality. To me, there is no, apart from that, there is nothing. You have to bring, for example, light from the higher universes. In this light, you have to bring it into the physical world, to transform, to what we call a metamorphose in French, to change literally, to spiritualize your physical body. And this is spirituality, to change your physical body, to charge it with light information and okay, you know what was.
Yes, so I think also a very important point which Mark has made is when you're doing this process of linking, of building continuity, but also infusing from the higher spiritual to the physical, he has used the word transformation. And it's exactly the same concept we find in Sri Aurobindo's description of the transformation of the body. We have to bring first a mentalization in the body, linking all the layers all the way down, and then a still higher intuitivization and higher levels all the way to the supramental. But the point is the process is exactly the same. And it changes the physical body in a way that it's no more what it used to be. Is that correct, if I understand right?
I do agree with Aurobindo.
Okay. One very important question which has come up again and again in our discussions: what would you recommend as practices or things we can do to help build this continuity?
Your exercise. I think it is very good. Okay. You are building this continuity with your exercise. The exercise I know from you. It is very good. Also, the ability to be able to have to be fully aware at the same time in different level of consciousness. It is maybe most complex to be able to be fully aware of, for example, the physical world and projection of your physical matter. We talked about it 2 days ago, and if you can divide your consciousness in 2, first of all, and 3 after that, and stay fully aware at every step, every part of your consciousness. It is a very important exercise. Maybe after that it will be 4, to be fully aware at different level of consciousness at the same time. Fully aware. You are not dividing your consciousness in 3 with 33%. No, you must have 100% at each level. This is I don't know how to teach it, but you probably know better than me. But it is what I'm doing since I'm a teenager.
Wow. Yes, this is one of the most extraordinary things which Mark has described in his book, where he suddenly realized, he could hold awareness on 2 levels and then he could do it in 3. And when I read that, I said, here is somebody who has really worked on this for lives before and has attained to something which is so extraordinary. It's very rare among human beings to be able to do that just like that. And that was at a young age. Just to put in... Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if this is rare. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. I don't know. To me, it's a normal ability.
Yes. Have you met many people who can do that?
I was not before you. I was not so much speaking with people because, as you probably know, I was so disappointed about so-called spiritual beings on Earth. But I was avoiding these people because, as you know, but before meeting Anne and you, And people like you, because there is many people like you around you. Before that, I was so disappointed. I was disgusted about so-called spiritual people. I was just avoiding them.
Yes. Just for a context for our listeners, when Mark came here 2 years ago, and then again this year, the second trip now, he met people here in the ashram and in Aurobindo, where after meeting them, he made a comment that now for the first time, I'm beginning to have some faith in humanity, because he met people of a certain grade of evolution, and that changed also. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
The other thing which he mentioned about the practice for linking, when he said your method, that's what I have earlier referred to as the guided meditation for descent of peace, which we have been referring to many times. And that's what he is recommending also for building this integration. Will it be helpful also to practice recall of dreams?
Yeah.
To help make this link?
Yes, not bad, yes. But it's not, we say, a final target. It's only a training, because people are very confused about this type of exercise, and they are you have to be, if you want to be a traveler, out-of-body traveler, you use this technique to improve your ability, but it's not a final target, because many people are very interested in such topics, and there are on internet there is many lucid dreamers clubs, and lucid dreaming is not out-of-body.
Yes,
absolutely not. It is very important. So use it, but it's only a tool. It's not a final target. Absolutely not.
So just to generalize this practice itself, I will suggest to people that when you go into a certain deep state of concentration, meditation, or a high state or an inward state, let that state be as complete as possible so that you're fully aware there. And then you come back very, very, very slowly, all the way to the physical, without losing the continuity.
Yeah, absolutely. And you go back and forth.
And you go back and forth several times. And then the point Mark made, second thing he said was, you should now be able to be conscious in both layers at the same time, fully in each.
At the same time.
This is an additional practice which we have not earlier spoken about, which Mark is highlighting as very important.
After 2 states of awareness, try 3 and 4.
And then 3 and 4. Okay. Good point. We'll have to work on this. We can go to the next question. There are 2 questions from people who have been trying to practice the out of body and have some difficulty. We can go to Bruno and Victor's questions.
Okay.
Bruno, I practiced the descent of peace with your video and also the velo. I have already felt vibrations and subtle body move, but without really going out for the moment.
What would you give as advice?
It would maybe it's easier to participate to workshop, out of body workshop, because there is so much things to explain. But there is 2 parameters. There is 4 conditions, I would say, to go out of the body. Very simple condition. First of all, what I call the body must be fully asleep. What I call the stasis.
Stasis in English.
Stasis in English. So body fully asleep, but you must be fully aware, fully conscious.
Yes.
Okay. You must do any kind. You mustn't do any kind of effort. This is very close to the status concept. If you are bringing, even if it is mental effort, you are making condition to stay in the physical body. It is there is a reason why, but maybe you could explain that in another video. But there is a very precise, accurate reason. You must be very, very relaxed. Even you have to get rid of the idea to go out of your body, because if you are willing to go out of your body, you are stuck in your body, because it only happens when you are fully free of everything. Free of everything. Downloaded everything. Yes. Memory, you must have your memory. Not only your fully consciousness has two aspects, two faces. I would say to be fully aware of what we call the present moment, the current moment, and also have the memory, the ability to remember who you are, for example. This is the two sides of the consciousness, according to me. Well, that's mainly no effort to be fully conscious, the body fully asleep, and that's it. And after that, if you are not successful in out of body process, it's a reason because you have hidden attachments, and we are working on it during the workshops. You are not aware. We are currently not aware of this attachment because, for example, you are married and you are taking care of your children and you have a job, and even if you don't are aware of that, if you don't fully aware of that, maybe you have links, invisible links. It should be visible that prevent you from getting out of your body because you have mental attachments, and it's the reason why during the training we're deeply, strongly working of attachment, not to solve all the attachment forever, just to give it up for a moment during the training. When you want to go out of your body, you have to get rid of every attachment you can imagine about the physical world. You don't travel because you have a financial problem. You don't travel because you want to solve your love problem, because you want to solve your the illness you have in your physical body, or maybe your sister have. You don't have only a target of curiosity, discovering the truth, seeing the creation, and no more. Nothing physical in your mind, nothing, because it links you to the physical world. So it is very subtle. So maybe we'll explain more in another video.
Yes, I think it's good. And you've explained in the conference also. But I think the most important thing, observation here, in all that you described, if you see, there's a very strong parallel to the basic spiritual requirement of being free from all attachment on a material level.
Absolutely.
And even unconscious subliminal attachments for that moment. It doesn't have to be in permanence. You don't have to have reached that stage. But for those few minutes while you're in relaxation, you should be able to free everything.
You have to download everything.
Yes.
Everything. Even your beliefs. Even what you can imagine about out-of-body travel. If you have not already be experiencing an out-of-body experience, you don't know. You absolutely don't know what you're talking about. So let go also, give up of all you are imagining, because what you can imagine or deduct or rationalize is false. Get rid of everything.
Yes. I think at this point he has elaborated in the conference, so you will see it in his videos. But there are two questions in the chat box from Sandhya and Sumana. Both are asking about where can we get information about Mark's workshops. I think the most obvious will be on his website, and I've put the link to his website, which is markoburn.com. But those are all workshops done in French. What I'm hoping and asking Mark to do, perhaps, is that
we have more and more question about workshop in India.
Yes.
I didn't say you, but okay.
Good.
Maybe yes, because we are going back to India next year, maybe in January, February, because we are a special celebration as the Spandon ceremonies, I think in February 2025. We will go back to India because we love India, we love Sraddhalu, we love France, and we go back. Maybe we can imagine a kind of workshop, maybe. Okay, we'll talk about that.
So what I will suggest, it's a hope that we'll have Mark do a workshop in English in India.
In English, in English.
And most likely in end of January or early February sometime.
Yeah, around that.
So what I would do is, whenever his dates are fixed and whatever the content he decides, his website will have an announcement, so you can just keep monitoring his website. But also I will put an announcement on our channel whenever that happens. So
okay, right.
We will put out the information.
Yeah. Okay, right.
Good. Mark, I have one request. Your image is a little low. Can you tilt the camera slightly to bring your image back up?
Oh, sorry.
We go to the next question of quartz.
Yes.
Can
some other entity enters our body while one is out?
I would say that no. If I want to summarize, no, because of your the body energetic field. It's a kind of Faraday cage, and except if your energetic field is very weak, you are about to die. You have almost no chance that a different entity, another entity, could enter your body. So this is a common fear. This is a common mistake, misunderstood of the out-of-body experience, because many people are leaving their body during the night. They are dreamers. All the people, more or less, are leaving the body during the night. Sorry, all the people. But how many of them have been stolen? Your body? No. This is very rare, so much rare. Don't think about it. It's a irrelevant fear. Absolutely irrelevant. Okay, give it up. Okay. Because of the energetic field. For example, if you want to, I will take an example. If you want to enter a physical body when you're out of your body, if you want to enter a physical body, I tried many times, not exactly to take control on the physical body, but to go through physical body. You don't touch anything. How will you stay during? How is it possible to take control of? I don't know. Because it's exactly like if you want to take control on light. I was even when I was a teenager. I was so fun to go through the physical bodies. It was fun for me. So, but you don't feel anything. So, how would you take control of a physical body? Just explain to me. I know now I know how it could be possible from time to time, but it's so difficult. You can't touch anything. You can't.
But there's one example you have shared before. I think it's in the book, where you were able to go somewhere and you saw these people who were in a either drugged or alcoholic state with large gaps.
Yeah.
And you were able to connect. Can you please share that as an example?
Yeah,
because it's also a warning of what not to do to protect, so that we are protected.
Yeah, I entered a black guy in the future. It was more complex than that. He was completely drunk. It was in the street, and he was probably under drugs also. So the energetic field was so weak, but I was able to go inside the physical body and try to take control, to have a kind of control. It was very difficult. I tried 1 or 2 minutes, and it wasn't very efficient. So I came out of the body. But it is so difficult. There is nothing interesting in doing that.
Yes.
Nothing.
Okay.
But
I think also as a warning, it means excessive alcohol and hard drugs can create gaps and leave you vulnerable to all kinds of, not necessarily a takeover, but influences also.
Absolutely. You're also very vulnerable to bad entities also when you take drugs. But I wouldn't recommend taking drugs, as you know, probably, because it's a kind of many people are taking drugs as spiritual initiation. I don't know, in India, probably you are more evolved than we are in Western countries. But many people are taking drugs, so-called initiation, spiritual initiation. I wouldn't recommend that. Absolutely. There is many accidents too, and according to me, it's not a spiritual experience. Most part of the drugs used for the type of trip are driving you only at the lower levels of the physical world, where I call the marécage, the swamp.
Yes.
I call the swamp. You see snakes and things like that. Yes. So I wouldn't recommend that. So if you take drugs, hard drugs, you are vulnerable to a bad entity. These entities exist, really. This is not a legend. They are real. They are not a projection of your own mind. They are real. They are independent. They exist. If it is absolutely true. So if you want to protect yourself from that, don't use drugs. Don't exaggerate with your with the spirits, the alcohol. Don't do that.
Yes. So there's one question from Matteo on the chat box. He says, while leaving the body, but while still in a paralysis state, should we just wait to be able to move, or is it better to push the astral body out?
If you don't, you have to have the willing to move. When you are in the paralysis state, people are doing sleep paralysis. Nothing is keeping you in the physical body except if you don't want to move. If you don't want to move, you stay in the physical body. Sometimes it happens to me. I was only floating into the body, no attachment yet, and I say, what I'm doing? I just want to go out. You have to go out. You have to put in your mind the willing to go to move, and it's sufficient. When you are
the intention is enough.
The intention is enough.
But it's not the strain. You should not be making an effort.
No, because if you are making an effort, you are not in the paralysis state, for example. That's the point. And making an effort could break the paralysis state. Yes. You could reinforce what I call the energetic links and reactivate the physical body. So no, don't do an effort. Just put in your mind the idea to move. It's easier than walking, easier than running. Because your astral body responds immediately. You want to move? Okay, move. It's done. If you are in the deep paralysis state, you don't have to make any effort. Just think about moving, and you go out of your body.
Okay. There's one question from Frédéric. He's written in French. After 2 out-of-body experiences, which happened very easily to my great surprise, since the last 2 months, there's nothing at all. What could be the reason and how to correct it?
Attachment. It's always attachment. Hidden attachment. It's always that. Very probably, I would say the moon, probably the weather conditions, but it's not necessarily the main parameters. The main, what do you say? Impeachments.
Yes.
The main impeachments are the attachments.
Okay.
The main
reasons.
Yes. The main reason is mental attachments. Always the same. Okay. It's always the same. Even the smallest attachment, you have to get rid of everything.
So possibly for Frédéric, it is also the idea that I want to go out is creating a tension.
Yes. I want to
and
go
why
out.
It's not happening, the stress of that is creating a tension.
It is always happening at the very beginning. It's always happening when you are perfectly relaxed and you are not willing anything.
That's why it happens when you don't expect it.
You don't expect it because if your expectation is too high, it's always the case. You just stay in your physical body. So be in a state where it is possible, and because there is a the links are weakened.
Yes. There's one question from Sasha in the chat box asking, is there a link between controlling your sexual energy and a successful out-of-body experience?
Don't know. Sexual energy?
Controlling.
Controlling.
Is there a need for controlling?
No, but you have to be always the same parameters. You have to be in a deep state of relaxation. You have to be relaxed. If you are full of sexual energy, you are not relaxed. Your body will have to be fully asleep. So, okay, just wait for your body fully asleep because energetic sexuality will not stay forever. It will go away at the moment. Just wait for that moment.
Yes. So Sumana is asking, if I manage to go out, how do I ensure that I go to higher domains and have a spiritual experience? Is it just the intention which takes one to a dimension?
The level and consciousness.
Okay. So you will go to the level which is natural to your consciousness.
It's natural to your consciousness. It's always the same thing. Donc, work on your level of consciousness, your quality of consciousness.
Okay. So there are a lot of questions which I have avoided because he has already answered those in great detail in the book, like his concept of what is consciousness, is everything made of consciousness, in great elaboration in the book, an entire chapter which discusses all these things. So those questions I have, to say, edited out. And there are a few which are merely curiosity, and so I set those aside. My focus has been first for people to understand as well as to be able to have the experience. Like there's one interesting question, but it's just a technical question. Techie Gyan is asking, can you come back to the body partially so that you can feel that you are out of the body but your hand is inside?
Yeah, is this possible? You can be, you can only have your hand, for example, stuck in the physical body, because all of your astral body is out, except your foot, your hand, and but just try to pull it out. If you don't manage to, if you're not successful, you only go back to your physical body. But it happens. Absolutely right. You are stuck with your hand, with your head, with your belly, and you are disappointed, but it happens.
Yes. Okay. So we have had a fascinating 1.5 hours already.
Okay, right.
And Mark, we didn't feel the time pass. And as you can see, the questions are very genuine. They're coming from people who are really serious, both in understanding as well as in practice. So perhaps sometime in future, when if there is a need, we'll be very happy if you would be willing to come again whenever that happens.
I will be happy. I will be happy to talk with you again. Yes.
And one request now before we close, I would like you to share whatever you feel. You've heard these questions. You've also seen some of the questions which we skipped. I would like you to share freely whatever you would like to share with the group. As you know, the channel itself is very small. We focus on people who have a serious. There's no publicity. We don't have any kind of thing. We don't even do search engine optimization. Those who are really serious, they come. Total subscribers is 7,000, but only 2,000 are really doing something regularly to watch these things.
I'm sure.
What would you like to share? You've heard their questions. What would you like to share which you would have to give as a parting advice?
I think what you are doing with the Aurobindo exercise is very complementary to it's not different, it's a complementary, and it is you must have a better view of the reality using all your teaching and all. It is possible to learn from the out-of-body experience. This is, to me, because Aurobindo said that, I think, this is a unique reality, a whole reality with different aspects. So if you want to experiment out-of-body, if it is your way, do that. If it is not your way, take your own way, because maybe, for example, Anne, my partner, it's not exactly her way. She's only interested in out-of-body experience, but she has his own way. Just follow your way. Be good in your way. If you are good in out-of-body experience, do that. But you are very good in, for example, experiencing the divine connection. Do it as much as possible. We have to be good at what we are good. First of all, I think so. This is what I would like to share.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. It is very precious, the time we have spent with you and the work that you're doing. Your book is, as I keep saying, it is something so exceptional in the world of out-of-body experiences also. I've not seen somebody with such a wide spread of solid experience, not based on reading, and confirmed with a very spontaneous and clear intuitive sense, which cuts straight through to things. And I would highly recommend for everybody, if you have not read the book, please do read it. Many of the questions which you have skipped for lack of time, you will find answered there with lots of examples. But Mark, thank you for being there and doing what you're doing.
Thank you to you.
It's an inspiration for everybody.
Alina, and you.
Thank you so
Sraddhalu.
much. It was a
Thank
beautiful
you
so
session.
much.
And as we normally do, we always close with an aspiration and a conscious collective aspiration that this knowledge and even this experience of the worlds above should become to us as normal as the experience of the physical world, and as a result of our spiritual development, not just for curiosity of different kind. This is one question which I did not touch. I wanted to ask you the possibility that somebody goes out of the body could misuse having that capacity. If you can just touch upon this slightly.
Can you repeat it?
Is there a danger that somebody finds yourself out of the body,
Yes.
and then you start doing things which you misuse the capacity and put yourself in danger?
No, because
you-
your ability to go out of your body depends on your state of consciousness. And if you are this type of intention to misuse...
But if you trust beings which you meet who try to deceive you,
no, they are not able to deceive you out of your body. The only state of consciousness, you are fully aware, so you immediately see who are these people, these entities, who are what they are willing to do with you. It is immediately clear. You know, no. When you are traveling out of your body, your main activity is to fly. And to see things and to see wonders and to meet wonderful beings, and that's it. We are not thinking about physical things and being a bad guy. Forget it. It doesn't
enjoy the freedom and the beauty.
freedom of the beauty and the creation, and you are swimming in that, and it's for the eternity. You are not thinking about bad things. No, it's not possible.
Yes. So we'll close with all of us in a conscious aspiration that we should be able to master the experience of the higher worlds just as much as the experience of the physical world, and be able to bring all that higher consciousness down all the way into the physical body and in our physical lives to manifest the divine consciousness. Let's all unite in a conscious aspiration together in silence. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, and thank you,
Namaste.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Alina.
Thank you.
To everybody, all our viewers.
Until
next week.
Vous avez coupé l'enregistrement?
Non, je coupe maintenant.